So, world events the past couple weeks have been pretty crazy. Queen Elizabeth II has passed away. Uber was apparently hacked, and now arguably the most anticipated game of all time, the next installment in the Grand Theft Auto series, has recently had leaked source code and footage released. Now, typically when it comes to GTA 6 leaks, I never buy into any of it because this has been going on for years now, and it's always 100% fake. However, I really wish I would have looked into some of this footage and source code because it is now all since been taken down. You really can't find any of this anywhere. I'll talk about a little bit of what was seen in some of those clips in this video, but this was official. This was actually footage and source code from the game because Rockstar actually came out with a message today stating that we recently suffered a network intrusion in which an unauthorized third party illegally accessed and downloaded confidential information from our systems, including early development footage for the next Grand Theft Auto. At this time, we do not anticipate any disruption to our live game services nor any long-term effect on the development of our ongoing projects. And then obviously they're extremely disappointed because there's a lot of hard work that has gone into this, but they want to thank everyone for the support on this ongoing situation. So just give a little bit of background on the situation before we get into what was seen in some of this footage, as well as what I think the outcome is going to be of this situation. Supposedly, the hacker goes by the name of Teapot Uber Hacker, or the one that released all these clips of the upcoming GTA 6, or whatever the next installment of the GTA series is going to be. And these were all released to the GTA forums, I believe early September 18th, ironically after the 9-year anniversary of GTA 5. And there's quite a bit of footage, I believe around 3 gigabytes and like 90 or so videos of GTA 6, or again, the next installment of the GTA series. Now keep in mind, all this footage has since been taken down from the GTA forums and really just about any other source out there. It is near impossible to find any of this footage. I would also like to mention that apparently this hacker claims to have also been the one to hack Uber. I'm not really sure if that's been proven at this point, if there's any clear way to tie him or any evidence to tie him to both hacking instances, but definitely pretty interesting. I mean, if this guy was able to hack both Uber and Rockstar Games, I mean, the government should definitely be hiring this guy to hack for them because this guy has to be a fairly skilled hacker. So now let's discuss what we can take away from the leaked footage and source code that was released. The two biggest things, the game does appear to take place in Vice City, at least for part of the game. Obviously, we don't know everything. And there's going to be a female character, supposedly also a male character, but there's also going to be a playable female character. Now, this sort of goes back to a leak that I guess you could say was the only other reputable leak besides this one, where a Bloomberg reporter, Jason Schreier, if I'm pronouncing that name correctly, talked about how GTA 6 was likely going to take place in Vice City and there was going to be a female character that was going to be, a playable character. Also, supposedly this playable female character is going to be named Lucia, and the voice actor appears to be Alexandra Christina, where there was a resume found earlier this year where she was going to be playing in a Rockstar Games video game. Now, our other playable character, who is male, Jason, there's not really too much known about him, but it is suggested, or maybe suggested, there's a sort of Bonnie and Clyde relationship between him and Lucia. There's even a scenario where they're robbing a diner together. So, again, there's really not too much known for sure about their relationship. It's not confirmed, but could be suggested. Now, besides our setting or location for the next installment in the GTA series, as well as our two main playable characters, there are also some other cool details that can be taken away from this footage. Now, being that this game does appear to take place in Vice City, it appears we have some returning areas or places, including the Malibu Club, Ocean View Hotel, Vice Beach, and Little Haiti, all which were in the 2004 Vice City game. Now, given that we have these returning places and areas in Vice City, this may raise the question of what time period does this game take place in? Well, apparently by passing this one NPC, he references the death of the life invader of CEO Jay Norris, And GTA 5, this was an event that occurred in GTA 5, and GTA 5 took place in modern time, which would suggest that this next installment of the GTA series is also going to take place in modern time, or if anything, at least a segment of it. Now, it also looks like we're going to be getting some features that are very similar to Red Dead Redemption 2 in terms of mechanics. Now, if we first start with PvP or PvE, I guess I could say in terms of story mode, I'm assuming there's also going to be online to this game. It's not necessarily completely similar to like Red Dead Redemption 2. However, the more details we get into, you'll see the comparison. But it looks like we may be able to go prone in this series or in this game, which is a first for any game in the Grand Theft Auto series, which will be extremely cool. And it also looks like we're going to be able to shoot out of cars with weapons other than just like a pistol or an Uzi. More so like now looks like we're gonna be able to use like an assault rifle. Now I believe there may have been times in the GTA series where that was possible, so hopefully this is like a something you'll be able to do all the time and not just like for a certain mission. It kind of looked like it was in the footage, but that is going to be extremely cool because that's also sort of a first for the series for that. It also appears that we may not be able to carry infinite weapons anymore, which is definitely more of like a Red Dead Redemption 2 take. We can only carry so many weapons on you. For example, like two weapons that you have over your back, such as like a rifle or a shotgun in the case of Red Dead, and then maybe like a pistol or two on you, and then obviously you have your knife. So it doesn't look like we may be able to carry like infinite weapons anymore in the weapon wheel, which is pretty cool. I definitely think that's an interesting take. It also looks like we may have these certain like health items in our weapon wheel. I could think of something similar like the tonics that we have in Red Dead Redemption 2 that we can use for like combat situations. So also very cool if that is going to be a feature. It also looks like the police, or as the game titles it, the law, is going to be more intelligent and tactful. And hopefully this goes for all AI or NPCs overall, because obviously we know that the current AIs can be extremely dumb and annoying. It also looks like when you're escaping the law, or if you escape the law, that they're still going to know what vehicle you're in. So I'm assuming that if you pass them, even after you've escaped a wanted level, they can still, you can end up getting another wanted level. I'm definitely hoping this also works in our favor, that if you switch vehicles, that they're also not going to remember what vehicle you're in if you have the wanted level. So if you pass them while having a wanted level, they're not going to notice you because you're in a different vehicle, because currently that is not the case, and that could be extremely annoying. So it definitely gives me a hope for that feature. And getting back to more Red Dead Redemption 2 related features, it looks like we're going to be getting more animals or types of animals in this game. If you consider Vice City, which is Miami, Florida, if you go a little bit west of Miami, you have the Everglades, which are like swamp areas similar to what you see in Red Dead Redemption 2. And it looks like we're going to get animals such as like alligators and raccoons, which I believe would be a first for those animals. And any GTA series game, I know at least for alligators, so that is extremely cool. And also, just like there may have been some source code for bait shops and fishing, as well as taming horses and riding horses, which I believe also would be a first for GTA series game. I know at least riding horses, that would be 100% a first. So that is definitely extremely cool, and will be extremely cool if that does end up coming to GTA 6 or the next GTA series game. And just like any game in the GTA series, it wouldn't be complete without Easter eggs and random events. Looks like we're going to have a take on Bigfoot, or what is referred to as the skunk ape, which is definitely very fitting because that's what Florida sort of refers to Bigfoot as, and Vice City takes place in Miami, Florida. So very fitting there, and also sightings of UFOs and much more. And that is pretty much everything I was able to find through my research of what was seen in this leaked footage and source code. I'm sure there's even more than what I've even mentioned, but definitely extremely cool and exciting nonetheless. And lastly for this video, I just want to discuss what I believe the outcome of the situation is going to be. Now, Rockstar has stated in their message recently that their work on the next Grand Theft Auto game will continue as planned, and we remain as committed as ever to deliver an experience to you, our players, truly exceeds your expectations. So pretty much right there, that confirms that what we likely saw in the footage or the leak footage should be very similar to what the final product is going to be. It doesn't look like they're going to completely scrap this product. Also, considering they've probably been working on this game for years now, it would be very just crazy to just scrap it all now. And they also state that we will update everyone again soon, and of course will probably introduce this game when it is ready. So of course, when they feel they're ready to release this game, or rather announce this game, they're going to do so. Now, taking all of this into consideration, what is Rockstar going to do at this point? Well, in their statement, they stated that they are not going to announce the next installment of the GTA series until it is well ready, or when they're ready to announce it. So really, they would make it seem that these leaks really didn't affect them. However, I'm sure to a certain degree it is going to delay the announcement of this game further, and obviously it would push the release of this game further back, because they're probably going to want to make some tweaks to the game, especially after all this, footage was leaked. We ended up seeing the exact opposite back in 2020 with Naughty Dog, with The Last of Us Part 2. At the time, it was delayed indefinitely. However, there were major leaks of the story of that game, which seemed to make Naughty Dog, or push them to push out the game much sooner than I believe they wanted to, but it doesn't look like Rockstar is going to necessarily take that approach. And the last thing I'll say regarding all of this is one thing to take in mind, and I made this point over 2 years ago, actually around the time when GTA 6 leaks, which were all fake, were going through the roof saying, oh, GTA 6 is going to release the end of the year or early next year, and obviously we've seen, it's been over 2 years, that hasn't happened at all, and they were all fake leaks. But just because, an announcement gets pushed back, I mean, yeah, of course, that makes it obvious that the release is going to be pushed back for a game, but even though that a lot of times with a lot of Rockstar's games, is I made a point in that video, and I'll leave it at the end of this one if you guys want to check it out. A lot of times when Rockstar announces their games, it is still like a couple years down the road until they actually release the game. They are literally notorious for delaying all of their games. Literally the past few of their games that I talked about in that video were delayed for like an average of 2 years, even after they announced it. So even when Rockstar announces GTA 6 or the next installment of the GTA series, it could still be a few years until we even see the game. So that's something else players need to keep in mind. So yes, it's likely push all that back a little bit further, but even when Rockstar announces a game, it still could be years until we actually see it. In any case, guys, that's pretty much everything I have for you in this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it extremely beneficial. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share it. As always, have a great day.